what are the advantages of a Visualforce page? And so Visualforce pages are advantageous for a few things. One is like that tab view, and that page looks kind of dated now, especially up against Lightning, because Lightning looks better and is more responsive, and it doesn't have to a lot of times take a round trip to the server and then come back, and it's a lot more responsive and it's a lot more mobile friendly. I think the advantage of Visualforce is that you can do multiple things at the same time or override standard functionality. And one instance or scenario on a project that I worked on was we were logging phone calls. There were outbound phone calls that representatives were calling out to patients to make sure they were taking their medication. And if you've ever worked in activity management in Salesforce and you're logging a call, then there's the log call screen has a lot of information where you record how the call went, and then there's this place to do like your next activity or task. And we needed to override that functionality, and there was no way to do that out of the box with Salesforce, so we used a Visualforce page. And then with that as well, there was a lot that we wanted to populate from the case record into the activity log of logging the call, like the person that we called, the account that they belonged to. And so we did a Visualforce controller to pre-populate some of those fields. Now that's getting into coding a little bit. And you can actually embed like Visualforce pages inside of Lightning pages, and you can actually embed Lightning pages inside of Visualforce. But really, Visualforce isn't going away anytime soon, but really where Salesforce is heading are Lightning pages. And if you look at that tabbed account page on mobile, you'll see why, is because it's not mobile friendly. But, and I think I mentioned this in the lecture, that exact page is one that I actually implemented for a large company in one of my early projects. And it was because the account record was a mile long, and it was you just had to scroll a lot, and there's a lot of complaints about people not able to find the related list they were looking for. So they asked for the tab view, and I found that example in that developer guide and leveraged that. And then over time, they wanted a lot of enhancements and improvements, and as fate would have it, there's always like, that's really great, now can it do this, and can it do that, and can it do this? And so some of those things were dynamically rendering Visualforce for all but one profile, and that's something you can do in code where if they have these profiles, you give them the Visualforce page. If it's this profile, give them the standard page. And then I had to turn on or off chatter and all that kind of stuff in there as well. So we got a lot of mileage out of that until Lightning came around, and then we converted over to Lightning for that project.